Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am Harrison Graham, back with another video for you guys. Appreciate everybody that has clicked on this video, as we've got the latest rumors for you guys here on a Monday evening, early evening here, as tomorrow is roster cut down day. Let's get you caught up on the latest. Coming up here in a few minutes, Teven Jenkins trade rumors are back? Are they? Should we take these seriously? We'll explain later on in the show. All right, let's start with this here, our rumors roundup, as the Smokin' Jays are back today. Justin Fields, is he the next Patrick Mahomes? Can we relax, please? Relax. And believe me, no one is more hyped up and fired up than me about Justin Fields, especially coming off this preseason game. I've been hyped about him all offseason, and he played incredible on Saturday, but this is out of control. Keyshawn Johnson, ESPN radio host, who also is a former NFL receiver, kind of just brought this up today on his show, whatever they call it now, KJ and Max. Does he have a little Patrick Mahomes in him, he asks. I'm just talking about his ability to move around and throw the football. I'm looking at him, and I'm like, who the hell looks like that? It dawned on me. That's Patrick Mahomes. Pump the freaking brakes, okay? Yes. Does Justin Fields have a strong arm? Can he do different arm slots? And is he mobile like Mahomes? Of course. Yes, there are some similar physical traits. But number one, Mahomes is a proven commodity in this league. He's a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, and an MVP. And he has a stronger arm than Fields. Now, Fields is more mobile than Mahomes. I actually don't think they're all that similar, to be honest. There's some, physical comparisons. Okay, fine. But one's a proven commodity, probably the best player in all of football. One is a second-year quarterback that has looked good in the preseason. Completely different stages in their careers. Now, I'm fired up for Fields. Like I said, what he did in the preseason was damn impressive. Led the NFC in passer rating with 133.2. 3 touchdowns on 9 drives, no interceptions. Took care of the football. It looked smooth. It looked good. The potential is certainly there, but all of a sudden, he's the next Mahomes. Let's relax a little bit. Even if Keyshawn's not saying he's the next Mahomes, to put them in the same sentence, it's unfair expectations for where he is at this point. Now, this question is a fair question. Are you a Justin Fields believer right now? Type B for believer, type D for doubter. I certainly believe in the kid, so I'm typing B. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This will be the pinned comment on today's show, so if you get hit with an ad break, just scroll on down and reply right there. Like I said, I'll reiterate it. I am fired up about Fields. I would argue I'm as fired up about him as anyone else. When they drafted this kid, I said I think they have a special talent here, and I still believe that. But how about the national media narrative just continuing to be all over the place? For months, it has been, the Bears, Fields, they got no shot. One preseason game, he balls out, and he's the next Mahomes. Makes no sense. Literally before this Saturday, for months, all offseason, the Bears haven't done around him. He's not going to be good enough. They don't have the right pieces. They don't trust this staff. He's screwed. Now it's the next Mahomes. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Let's relax. Let's be cautiously optimistic, because I think he's going to have a good year, and I think he has a chance to be a really special quarterback. But he's not there yet, like Patrick Mahomes is. That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So Keyshawn keeps saying he's going to suck like the rest of the national media has been for months, and then Fields is going to be able to prove them all wrong. Speaking of QB1, you should get his jersey because the season is almost here, and you want to be repping QB1's jersey, right? Justin Fields' jersey's $100 right now. Chatsports.com/Fields jersey. The best price you're going to get for a brand new, authentic NFL Nike jersey. At that link below, chatsports.com/Fields jersey. I'll put that link in the comments and in the description of this video. All right, Teven Jenkins trade. Is it going to happen? No. Fake news. Why does this keep getting brought up? Last week, Adam Schefter, he's still the Bears are still, taking calls. Today, Ian Rapoport, oh, yeah, they've engaged. Here's Rapoport on NFL Network today. Teven Jenkins from the Chicago Bears has been the subject of trade calls for a little less than a month now. The Bears, from my understanding, have engaged but have not come up with a deal just yet. They also moved him to guard, and sounds like he's been somewhat impressive there. So not sure that they cut him. No chance they cut him, by the way. But a trade, from my understanding, is certainly possible. This feels like Rapoport is taking 3 week ago info and reporting it as if nothing has changed whatsoever. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, did the Bears probably get some calls? Would they have considered trading him? Yeah. That was 3 weeks ago. He hadn't practiced in over a week and a half. There was major question marks about his future with this team. They hadn't moved him to guard yet, which they have now, and he's looked really good, and he's going to start. Things have changed. Adam Jahns offers good perspective here. He covers the Bears on a day-to-day basis, up close for The Athletic. Big fan of his work. He says, guys. Teven Jenkins not only has been the starter at right guard for the past 2 preseason games for the Bears, but for every practice the past 2 weeks. Not only that, but they think he's gotten a lot better. They might have something here. Things can change, guys, and they have. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, there probably was legitimate trade buzz and calls going on. He was a backup tackle, arguably a third-string tackle. But you know what? He got back to practice. He got to work. They moved him to guard. He's embraced it, and he's played well. He's going to start for this team. They're not going to trade him. It makes no sense to trade him at this point in time. So I'll ask you guys, what will the Bears do with Teven Jenkins? Type T for trade him, type K for keep him. They're going to keep him. He's not going anywhere. I respect Ian Rapoport. He gets a lot of scoops. He's one of the best in the game. But this is old information that he's reporting. It makes no sense whatsoever. More from Adam Jahns. Here's what I can add to the conversation out there. Yes, the Bears have actively looked at offensive linemen, including the trade market, but some of that has been more about adding to their mix up front. At the same time, Teven Jenkins has impressed the Bears at right guard. Just listen to what offensive coordinator Luke Getsy said today. The current Bears don't strike me as a team that would want anyone's reps anywhere. Jenkins has earned that place as the starting right guard. So he's reiterating, sure, they've looked at the market to see if they can help their own offensive linemen, but they're not trading Jenkins at this point. Getsy added this, like Jahns alluded to. Teven's done a great job of accepting the challenge at right guard. We threw him in there, and he was playing a few days later in Seattle. Then he, of course, played another game. For him to be able to go in and execute at a high level has been very good. The opportunity was presented, and he's gone out and taken it by the horns. The conclusion to all this, guys, Teven Jenkins is not going anywhere, okay? Not right now. I think he's going to be the starting right guard this season. Ideally, he stays healthy, and you found a long-term starting offensive lineman, which is all you could hope for when you draft a guy in the second round. I think this is your group right now, and the fact that Braxton Jones, Larry Borom, and Teven Jenkins look like they're all going to start, it's pretty amazing. I mean, they signed Michael Schofield and Riley Reif, and it doesn't look like either of those guys is going to start. Pretty incredible to see how things can change, but that's the point. NFL is fluid, man. What's true today may not be true tomorrow. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because we're going to go live tomorrow like we always do, 4 Eastern, 3 Central. Maybe a little bit after that or a little bit earlier if the roster comes in, depending on when it does. It's supposed to be announced by 3 o'clock Central Time when we would go live, but these things can get delayed sometimes, or we could get it earlier, which would cause us to go live earlier potentially. So subscribe, turn on that notification bell. That way you know exactly when we do go live. And remember, we are in a competition with the 49ers report since the Bears play the Niners week 1, and more subscribers between now and then. So help us out. Subscribe to the channel. All right, last rumor here. Justin Fields, is he extra motivated for week 1 against the San Francisco 49ers? I think so. 2 smoking Jays on this one. I probably could have gone 3 or 4, but Fields hasn't flat out and come out and said it. He's even said it's just another game. But Darnell Mooney, who's been working with Fields very closely this offseason, thinks there's a little bit more there, and that's, of course, because the Niners pass on him for Trey Lance. He goes, I know he does things after practice, during practice, and in the offseason. There's things that he's shown. I've seen exactly what he can do. He's going to shine for sure. He's going to blossom. He's going to prove everything that everyone doubted him on, especially week 1. That team passed on him, talking about the Niners. So they're going to have to pay a little bit for that. I haven't talked to him about it, but he knows for sure. I'm pretty sure that he has had that thought in his mindset. Fields is going to be motivated to go up against Trey Lance and the 49ers. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. They passed on him. A report came out this offseason that not only did they pass on him, but it was between Lance and Mac Jones. Like, Fields wasn't even in the conversation. We remember the report last year after Justin Fields' pro day, Kyle Shanahan left that workout, and he was drawing up plays for Trey Lance on the iPad. Like, he had already dismissed the possibility of drafting Justin Fields. So, yeah, I mean, I would expect Fields to be a little bit extra motivated for this game and say, hey, I'm here, I'm arrived, y'all should have drafted me. Who do you guys think is the better quarterback? Type JF for Justin Fields, type TL for Trey Lance. I think Fields is better now, and I think he's going to be the better quarterback. I am a firm believer in Fields. And by the way, just to add to this, just about an hour ago, Jimmy Garoppolo restructured his contract to stay in San Francisco, apparently as the backup, but as soon as Lance struggles, they're going to have to consider going to Jimmy G. The fact that he didn't get traded or cut tells me they're not sold on Trey Lance at this point in time. Fields, he's going to be that dude. All right, that's going to do it for Chicago Bears now on today's show. If any major news drops tonight, we'll have you covered. Obviously, tomorrow, like we said, live show, roster cut down day. We'll have you covered for that. A great thing to do is to follow me on social media at HGramNFL on Twitter and Instagram. Cuts are coming in all the time now over the next 24 hours. So if you want the instant updates, follow me on social. And then, of course, we'll hit you with videos here on YouTube. So be sure to do that, and we will check in with you guys soon here on Bears Now.